Hi parents, this is Dan Baker again for our weekly parent email update. I want to start off first with how Amped went last night. We had another great night. Lots of students coming, lots of new students, and it's a ton of fun, lots of energy. One thing is you'll notice is we are still working on our parking lot and dismissal. Please bear with us. Hopefully we're going to have some new processes to keep it safe and efficient for you coming up in this next week. Again, if you'd like to help out and be a part of that process, let me know, reply to this email, and I would love to use your help in that process. Thanks for that. But last night we've been talking about prayer, and we kind of ended with a challenge on prayer. We're talking about how God is honored by our boldness and persistence in prayer. And really, if students haven't had success with prayer, if they've been struggling with it, or if they've never given it a try, the best way to jump into it is to jump in boldly and with persistence. So we gave them a prayer challenge. We gave them a card that kind of looks like this, and asked them to make a decision to commit to either being at See You at the Pole or picking something to pray about and praying about it for 5 to 10 minutes a day until they see God show up. And that's the cool thing about prayer, is that I can't guarantee what God's answers will be or what will happen with prayer, but I can guarantee that if you are persistent and you are bold in your prayer, you will see God show up, and you will see God start to interact in your life. And that's a challenge that I gave to the students, and I give to you too. And if you can help me in guiding your student in that, that would be awesome. But so their commitments were to either start to pray about something regularly, or they can commit to being at See You at the Pole. And that is kind of a bold way to step out in prayer. The details on that, again, are come a half hour before school this next coming Wednesday. So if school starts at 7:30, be there at 7 at your flagpole. We're trying to work to get some adult facilitation there at each of the schools. If you're willing to help out with that, please do. It is supposed to be student-led, but we want to help students to kind of know what's going on and get them going with that. So that will be this coming Wednesday at the flagpoles, a half hour before school starts. That's See You at the Pole this week. Also, we have Vertical Reality coming up. Again, that's during the 9:45 service only, during our weekend services. This weekend will be the last weekend of our focus on knowledge, and specifically biblical knowledge. So this will be the chance for small groups to prove their stuff in their books of the Bible memorization challenge. And I've heard a bunch of students talking about it. Some have got a lot of the Old Testament, and they're starting in the New Testament, so we'll see how many actually have gotten that memorized. Here's the secret. Whether they get it all memorized or not, we've got a lot of students who are interacting with all of the books of the Bible. They're starting to get familiar and being able to recognize what's an Old Testament book, what's a New Testament book, what's towards the beginning of the Old Testament, what's towards the end of the Old Testament. That's great progress. That's what we really want to see. So if you can take some time and help your middle schooler work on that, that would be great. Again, please help them to be bringing their Bibles, as this isn't just for this month. We want them to always to be bringing their Bibles. But this will be the last week of that, and there's some rewards for students who've gotten that down and who've done that. We are also, as you can see in the handout that's attached to this email, we're going to go through a little bit of just some nuts and bolts of how do they find stuff in the Bible? How do they find certain verses, certain topics? How do they get extra help, which is called commentaries? Will give explanation on different verses. I'm going to go through some of that, and there's one really good tool that you can find the website on that handout as well, but it's BibleGateway.com. Great resource, simple to use, to search through everything on the Bible and to really find the things that you're looking for when you've got an idea of what you want to find and you want to go and see where the Bible talks about that. That's kind of the content of what we're going to be going over in Vertical Reality. One other thing that I want to talk to you about, parents, is as we've been talking about prayer on Wednesday nights at Amped, I really want to continue on with some prayer for Amped. And here's where you can really start to get involved in. If you have the time and the openness in your calendar, I would love for you to join me in 2 different prayer times. I have the times and days listed, but what we're going to try and do is we're going to have once a month a prayer time for Amped and our middle school ministries, geared more towards dads. We'll have a dads pray for middle schoolers, and then we're going to have another time, which will also be once a month, geared more towards moms. Now, my desire is not to split you up, moms and dads, but Many of you have very busy schedules, and typically dad's schedules go along in one direction and mom's schedules go along in another direction. So that's the direction that we are going to go. So it'll be once a month for dads and once a month for moms, and that'll be 2 times a month. Hopefully will be a good start for parents to be praying for all the things that are going on within the middle school ministry. So if you are excited to be praying for our ministries and would like to gather with me to pray, I would love to have you join me, and go ahead and see the details in the rest of this email. Well, that's what we've got going on for this week. As always, please feel free to contact me if you have any other questions or comments or feedback. I love some of the great feedback I've been getting from some of you, just things that you're seeing and things that you're knowing that's going on in the lives of middle schoolers. But thank you for that. I'm here to help, and hopefully you have a great week.